What are some inaccurate conclusions that we draw about ourselves?
That everything's limited. We believe what we were programmed to believe, right? So we already talked about how we watch our parents, we watch our teachers, we watch our grandparents, whoever raised us, right? And we watch them, and then we believe that that's the way it is, and we believe things are limited. We believe that we can't kind of get out of this box that we have put ourselves in. We think that things like money are limited, or that time is limited. Like time and money are like the two biggest paradigms I would say that I see in people every single day. And it's like those things aren't limited. They're not limited. So I would say that that's the biggest kind of restriction that we put on ourselves.
Time and money. Yeah. How long how long did it take for you to move past those limitations and make that mindset shift that, life is not as limited as we allow ourselves to think it is?
I can honestly say that it's something like I have to wake up and make a decision on that every single day. That's how deeply ingrained those paradigms are in people. But what happens is the more you can remind yourself over and over and over again of your new truth, it's like it starts to become innate, like your new normal. Like you don't have to think about it anymore. Whereas initially, when I first started this work, I had to constantly be reminding myself and constantly having conversations and hearing people's paradigms come up and rejecting what they're saying, like over and over and over and over again, and then reinforcing what I want to believe, that time and money are endless. And
It's around you all the time. There's, whether it's with clients or just in general with people, with family, with friends, you hear those limiting beliefs all the time, and you really have to stand guard to not let somebody else's limiting beliefs hijack your own and your growth, right? And that's where always staying on top of your mindset, and having, again, when you have a definite purpose about what it is that you do, the limits are endless. There are no limits to it, right? And then when you have that purpose, you can change your belief system. When you have a different set of beliefs, the actions that you take are completely different. It builds momentum, and the results that you get are different. And then it's a cycle that goes around and around and around. So the limits are really endless. I read in something really cool a few weeks ago. It's like a flea can jump 8 inches high, but if you put them in a jar and put a lid on it that's only 3 inches and leave them there for a couple of weeks, you can take off that lid and they'll never jump higher than that 3 inches again. And somewhere in our life, somebody has come in and put us, humanity, or put people into a jar and put a lid on them, whether it's through education, whether it's through corporate jobs, whether it's their family and friends. Somebody's kind of put this bar. Media does it, right? It keeps people from ever going over beyond what they think that their limits or capabilities are. And it's BS. It's total crap. But people buy into it.
And they see all the other fleas there. So then they think, oh, well, this flea is not jumping out of the jar either. So I guess this must be normal. Right. And then we start to normalize everything. Oh, all my friends they have no money. So I guess it's normal that I have no money. Oh, all my friends are unhealthy and overweight. So I guess it's normal that I'm unhealthy and overweight. Oh, all my friends are getting, have crappy relationships. So I guess it's okay that my relationship's garbage too. And then we normalize these things, right? Because we're going to attract in, like attracts like. This is the secret. People have been calling it the secret for years. And it's like, it's not a secret. Like energy attracts like energy, and you will attract in the circumstances around whatever it is that, like, wherever your frequency is at, right? And it's like, you're going to continue to get more of the same and attract in circumstances that are going to give you more of the same if that's all you're thinking about. Whereas you could be thinking about where you want to go and attract in all the circumstances of where you want to go. Like you're literally one thought away from getting anything that you want.
I want to highlight that what you'd said there, where it's like it's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
I think I struggle with this is where I'll just be like, I'll work on it until I think that I've broken through that limiting belief, and then slowly but surely it comes back a little later. But it's an everyday thing, you know. Got it. And even the people that are doing things that you want to do someday still do these things every day. So
The only
it's
difference
just
is
really interesting.
those
Yeah.
two people are the people who know how to control their mind.
Yeah.
And not let those thoughts suffocate them. Right? It's normal to have those thoughts. It's just the people who ignore it and say, not today.
The only reason someone has something that you want is because they've been accepting thoughts that you've been rejecting. And that's it. That's plain, it's plain and simple. The only reason that, you know what I mean, even I can honestly even say, like, even 3 years ago, I don't think you could have told us, like, hey, in 3 years from now, you're going to live in Barbados, you're going to start your own personal development institute, and you're going to, and I'm like, what? Like, stop right there. Like, that wasn't a part of my self-image, right? It was, I mean, it certainly sounded amazing, but it wasn't something that I actually believed that I could do until I again, but it's something you got to make a decision every day. Like, once you create the person who has everything that you want, you have to make a decision every day, every moment, every second to do and act and be like they are. All the time, constantly, because you will be given opportunities all the time, and you are either going to accept them, accept the ones that are going to move you forward, or you're going to reject the ones that are going to move you forward. But your purpose in life is to keep moving forward. And it feels like crap when you stay the same.
Too many people accept the ideas that aren't going to move them forward.
Yep.
And they reject the ones that they should be, right? It's complete ass backwards way of thinking.
Yeah.
I love
I think this is
your flea analogy. I've heard that before. I heard it even to the next level, that their offspring, when they mate, that then their offspring will react the same way. And so I guess when you're talking to young adults or young married couples, you know, and they get stuck in that habit, then what are you're gonna create the same cycle of, oh, well, I can only go as far as mom and dad made it.
This.
Generational belief systems, and even culturally, we see it. Moving to an island, 4,000 miles away from where we were, there's cultural belief systems there too about how things should be done. And people have to be able to break that cycle and go do something outside of what anybody else has ever done before in their family. And again, fear comes in, right? Fear of criticism. People get like, hey, mom or dad, or my friends, or my sister, my brother, grandma, grandpa, whoever, they're going to criticize this decision because I'm doing something different that they haven't done before. And so then they just crawl back into their hole instead of actually leaping forward towards what it is that they want to do. We easily could have stopped doing what we were doing a year and a half ago when all of this came out. We easily could have just retreated and said, yeah, everybody else that's telling us right now how crazy we are, they're right. We better stop.